Now, all you people, I want you to set those headphones down. Get up. I said, get up off your chairs and sing it with me one time. One time. It don't cost nothing, but you feel real good. But here we go. It's the Humpday happy hour hangout. Yes, it's the Humpday happy hour hangout. Oh yes, let's all get used at the director's garage. It's a update.
I gotta love this. Oh, I love that song. I know it's self-indulgent as hell. Oh, I'm missing a light. Oh shit, I lost the light. Is this? Yeah. Oh, that's bright. We gotta turn that down. There we go. Yeah, there you go. As usual, I'm having a rough time getting on the air today. Who knew? Who knew? Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Director's Garage Live Hump Day Happy Hour Hangout here from sunny Los Angeles. LCD-4. OG LCD-4. God, I love this headphone. Love it. Love it. Love it. Hey, we're going to do some fun things today. I've got a new segment I'm going to try on this little experiment that is the live stream. You can ask your questions, you can make your comments, you can talk about anything. I don't have any new headphones that are out this week. There were a couple of little IEM things that came out, but nothing substantial. I am working on, I guess, a couple of announcements. I am working on the next Director's Garage episode. I'm thinking about pulling a really late night tonight and trying to blast it through and getting it out tomorrow morning. And we'll see. We'll see if I can keep the toothpicks in the eyelids long enough. But there's a long way to go on it. I just have it laid out, and I've got to cut it down. It's like 27 minutes, which is way. It's too much Director's Garage. I know. How can there ever be too much Director's Garage? But I think there's too much Director's Garage. So we're gonna cut it down. I'm gonna get it shorter, and then we're gonna and then we'll slap it out and get it out to you guys. It's a blind mystery box. What's in the box? That's coming your way. I'm hoping tomorrow, and if not Friday. Friday I've got a big shoot in the morning. It's a pain in the butt. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But it'll be out in the next couple days. I really want to try and stick to a Thursday release date every other week. And then get that going and keep on that schedule. It's a little rough right now, guys, because I am interviewing and I am out pounding pavement and meeting folks and doing whatever I can to get that. To get the job thing going, because the job is really the key to the Director's Garage future, fellas. Cheers. We got a little hard stuff today. What are you drinking? Put it in the chat. Yeah, so I have to get, I got to get the work situation sort of straightened out. And then that opens up money to do fun things on the show. Because right now, we broke. We're in crisis mode. We're saving every last penny at the moment. so you know, and you know how that goes, you know, but I have a way forward with or without work. The with work way forward is way more fun than the without work way forward. The without way forward, I've got one purchase I'm going to make just to have a quality amp in here, because I'm in need of a decent solid state amp, and I've got a line on one that I'm pursuing. But because I sold off the Zale HM1, and then all the hell broke loose before I could get the B21, which is probably for the best because that's 12 grand I really could use right now. So probably smart 12,500 actually that I could use at the moment. So I had to pull back, refrain from pulling the trigger on that deal. So that's where that's at. But new headphone tomorrow. Patreon. Patreon is this Saturday. We're going to do a Patreon Hangover Hangout. It's our August edition. I do these once a month. I'm hoping that when I get to the new era around here with a job, to extend that and get up to hopefully getting 2 going a month and try and make it, more. But that's it. Usually like we go from 9:30 to about noon usually. That's about the time we all peter out. Sometimes we'll get off a little earlier, sometimes a little later. I try to book a guest for those. I don't have anybody booked. So Ryan, if you're out there and you're not doing anything Saturday, stop on by. Let's talk. Let's talk all things Mod House. So that's what's going on this weekend. On Saturday is the Hangout. $3, folks. $3. There's a link in the description below this video down there somewhere. And you can it's $3 and we'll get you in the door. That's just to help me pay for the basic stuff of having a Zoom and taking the time out and that kind of stuff. It's just a small, and also putting a little barrier there, a financial barrier between people who just troll the hell out of me, and I'm like, you can troll out the hell out of me, but at least make it $3 to get in the door. So when they're trolling, at least I know they paid to troll, and they're like, hey, all right, well, you paid for your pound of salt, now you can take it. That's how it goes. But so if you're not doing anything, please stop on by at 9:30 in the morning. The way it works is you subscribe to the Patreon thing for $3, and I see it. I send you links to all of our past Hangover Hangouts, and then I will send you the invite to Saturday's Hangout at 9:30. And the thing that's cool about it, and the reason, and I'll just do a little sales spiel here. The reason that I like that environment is that everybody's got cameras. Here, I'm just talking to you guys, and it's me in a room staring, at the camera. Whereas in the Zoom thing, we all have cameras, and people can show off their gear and hold up their headphone, and we can talk face to face and hear questions and concerns and whatever it is, and just shoot the shit and talk about our favorite music and all the things. It's just a more enjoyable environment, and I don't have to carry all the conversation like I do right here. So that's my spiel. Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Be there, be square, whatever, or don't. I don't care. Do what you want. It's your life. Freedom. So we're gonna do a new segment today, and I'll jump into that in a little bit. And that is, I'm gonna use HeadFi. I'm gonna leverage the power of HeadFi, which is how we all kind of got started in this. If you guys aren't aware of what HeadFi is. And I'm just going to kind of go through their classifieds, and we'll talk about some things that look interesting in their classifieds. I haven't really gone through it at all. I always think, I like to look at what other people have and what they're selling and stuff like that. And it occurs to me that would be a fun thing to just kind of check out and see what's for sale and if there's any good deals there. And it's a nice grid of photos and stuff. So why not? Let's leverage HeadFi, and we'll give them full props and tell you, if you're not a member of headfi.org, that's the best place to learn about all things headphones, because it's a whole website of enthusiasts. And then they put on the Can Jam stuff every year around the country in different cities and stuff, so around the world. Very cool. Cheers, everybody. Glad you made it to Wednesday. Let's hope we make it to Friday. I've had shoots. I was at The Voice last night. Can't talk about who I interviewed because I don't think they've been announced as hosts for the next season yet. And then so we taped something that will actually air in 6 months. And then Friday, I'm gonna go see I'm doing an interview with all the guys from Only Murders in the Building, which I think is gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be the three interviewing each other, 3 main principals, which is Steve Martin, Martin Short, and then Selena Gomez. So that's coming up on Friday for me. And then between all of this, I'm still trying to book work. I'm still trying to do other things. Want to talk about Ken Cass for a moment. And I don't know if Ken's in the audience right now. I don't think he is. Ken has dropped a couple of really cool things on me, and I think I showed off the cable that he made for me last week. It's over here. Because he came over and I let him hear the B21 when it was in-house, and he dropped a couple of cool things on me. One was these little adapters, and what's cool about these is if you have a headphone like the, and I don't have my close-up camera because I was using it yesterday. No. Voice from Beyond. This is an extender, but this is a converter. So if you have an Audeze, Meze, or ZMF type headphone, Ken built these little things that will convert your cable to ZMF Meze standard from the Saphphire standard 3.5 millimeter. So he dropped these on me and said, hey, go ahead and, use these because you can use your different cables then with your Audezes, and, they're your quick release instead of having the big complicated thing. And these Audeze connectors, for some reason on this headphone, are a little on the tight side. So, it's kind of cool. I haven't messed with them much, but that was really nice of him to make those. And while we're on the subject of Ken last week told us about his dog that he's been trying to train, and he sent me a photo, and I couldn't show the photo off last week because it takes a minute for me to move all this stuff around, and I had a lot to do last week. So anyway, let's see, let's open with, there we go. I'm going to show off, first of all, we're going to see, oh, here it is. Okay, oh God, this dog is so cute, guys. So this is viewer Ken's pooch, and he's right. Let's see, make sure I got it right. Yeah, look at that. Look at this dog, man. There's his dog. That is a friendly dog, man. I love pets. I love animals, and anytime I get a chance to see one, just look at that face. So good. Now, I want to show off one other thing that Ken sent our way, and that's his revised circuit board for his home build amp. And he's changed out the transistors with higher grade transistors. Let me read what he wrote because I will get all this wrong. This is technical stuff, and that's not my, strong suit necessarily. I know enough to be dangerous, fellas. I know enough to be dangerous. So he says these are new transistors that can dissipate in sum across the 28 output devices. 396 more watts. Wow, and closer transistor matching. He spent hours matching and selecting every transistor on this board. The benefit is lower DC offset, and that translates to noise, and less correction needed by the servo when it corrects the offset. This is very cool stuff. He also put Z-foil resistors in the path. Resistors are these guys, and then these are the transistors. Are these guys on the on the circuit board that look like that? And then, yeah, very cool stuff. Oh, you're not seeing it. These are right here where the pluses. These are the new transistors. So for those of you wondering, very cool stuff on Ken's part. And this is artist. This is like artistry, man. This is artistry. When you see guys doing this, he's built this from scratch. Just pile parts. Decide I'm going to go make me an amp, and I'm going to use some popular design and build my own. And Also, I'm going to build it with the best components I can find and see if I can build a good amp. And I can tell you, I got a chance to hear this amp when I was, because when he came over to check out the B21, he brought over his own creation, and I got to hear it. And I was like, dude, it's a real amp. It's a real amp. It's really impressive, man. It's really impressive. So hats off to guys like that. And if you have photos, if you want to show off your rigs, if you want to send a picture of your dog, if you want to send a picture of your middle finger for any reason, feel free to do so at directorsgarage@gmail.com. directorsgarage@gmail.com. That is the email direct to my inbox, right into my cranium. All right. So much fun for that. Let's get to the chat. We're going to start off on the chat, and then I'm going to do this little segment. I'm telling you, I'm kind of looking forward to this. It was just something I dreamed up. I think it was last week. Maybe it was even on the show when I was doing it. And I just thought, wouldn't it be fun to just kind of go check out what people are selling right now? And we'll just go through, because the classified, I can get lost for hours on this classified page. And then it would be fun to see, you know, what your reaction is to some of the things for sale. And maybe it's going to be like, oh, that's too expensive or whatever. But I think it's just a fun and worthwhile thing. Let's get started with Cheeky Fest. He retracted a bunch of messages. Put them back, man. Put them back. You put those back where you found them, mister. I don't know. Kevin Jock. Hi, friends. Hi, gents. Hi, everyone. David Kirshner. Kevin Jock. Nice LCD-4s. You thought I sold them. No, these have been for sale because they don't get enough head time with me right now. And they are spectacular. So I'm selling them for $2,100. They have a beautiful wider head pad on top to distribute the weight better. This is a heavier headphone. Most people will tell you these are ungodly heavy unless you have a really strong neck and a tree trunk like neck like I do. Sound excellent. And this has got a custom pair of pads on them, which are super cushy and comfortable, and they bring out the bass really nicely on this headphone. And I've had these for a long time. It's just that, and I don't want to sell them. I may not, but I thought if somebody offered me $2,100, that's $2,100 I could probably use right about now. And it would fund some other things that I need to do. And I've enjoyed these for so long, and I do think they're great, and they come with the ballistic box and the case and everything. I just think that I can send these away and not. I have so many headphones around here right now, from just things that I'm not getting rid of, that I know I'm not getting rid of. My Atrium is safe. Atrium marked safe. Sesfara marked safe from sales. Maybe the 1266 I would sell, but the problem is I'm not going to get enough for it. So that's why I would hang on to those right now. Arthur Haywood, greetings. More Cheeky Fest withdrawals. Damn it, Cheeky Fest. Put it back. Nephilim says, hey gents, I made it. Yep. It's official. He's getting the FiO FH7 and iFi Diablo 1. Both items are around 5 years old. A bit long in the tooth, but the excitement is still there. You know, anytime you get something new, anytime you get something that's different even if it's not the highest of the high thing, or it's still fun because it renews your passion. You're getting to hear some new things, and that's never a bad thing. And even the stuff that I get in here that I'm like, well, that's okay. I still appreciate. I still try to find ways to appreciate it. The episode tomorrow is going to be a little off the rocker. There's just like you'll see if it gets out tomorrow. If not, it'll be the next couple of days. But yeah, there you go. And I've been spending time, I just saw, Neil just sent me something, a photo of his Intruder. I've been spending time with that myself because I don't have a solid state amp. My Intruder right now is wired in back here in the distance. I'm sitting on top of my KGS SHV carbon CC electrostatic amp, which I've been spending a lot of time with these. These are the Stax SR007 Mark I. This is probably from around the year 2000, and these things are fabulous. I think I showed these off once in one of the episodes on this show, and there's so many reasons these things are great. First of all, they are the best bass-tuned electrostatic headphone I've heard. They really do have bass representation. More along the lines of the Carbon, the Audeze CRBN, than any other Stax product. The other Stax products will dance around these in clarity. The 009 and the X9000, they'll dance around these easily. Pardon, getting a little nectar. In terms of detail. But the electrostatic experience in general is so wonderfully detailed to begin with. Shaving off a little of it is kind of like going to a really good planer. It's like going to the Sapphire, you know. They're still tremendously fast because they're an electrostatic. Now, there are some features on this that make it absolutely genius. I don't know why we just went down this rabbit hole, and I'm just going to keep going down it because it's kind of fun. A few things. There's an elastic strap that connects between the two cups, and that's your suspension system, right? So this is nice and elastic. Now, I'm worried a little bit that this is going to wear out over time, and I'll probably have to find a way to replace this because I do fear that that elastic stuff. But this is the same system that Kennerton that I really enjoyed when I got those Kennerton Joller horns in here. I really like the comfort of that, and this is that same system. It's the same principle. There's an there's an elastic strap running between the two, and then a beautiful lambskinny, leathery, suede microfiber, you know, head pad to be the nice cushion on your head. They're not tremendously heavy. The next thing that they did that was genius is these suspension bars, which on a headphone like the OG Sapphire, this is undampened. This is just a thing, and if you know, it's just a piece of metal. And on this headphone, if you hit this, it rings, and if it's ringing, that means that a lot of movement of air is going to create some noise on this suspension system. So what does Stax do? This is back in 2000, mind you. They have not learned their lesson. They never went back to this. They leather wrapped this thing so it self-dampens. How smart is that? Just genius. Like really thinking through. The other thing they did is the outer cup swivels on this. So you can always orient the cables the way you want to orient them. Beyond that, if you think that's not something, now the ear cups, the pads aren't removable, but the pads swivel as well. So you can swivel to get the pads in the right place for you so that they're the most comfortable, giving you the best sound, doing the best delivery of everything. This whole setup is positively fabulous. This is one of the best thought out headphones I've ever seen. And I give Stax, the only thing I ask Stax is what the hell went wrong, because they've drifted away from this genius, beautiful design in the years since, and they went to some cheaper plastic options and solutions for suspension and adjusting the length of the yoke and all that stuff. And the plastic is really cheap feeling, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break it. And then you pull out this, and this is so well made, and it's so well thought out. I'm like, man, what went wrong, Stax? They still make great sounding gear. I'm just like, guys, you have the build right here. Just copy it. You know, you did this before. Do it again. So very cool. Very cool. Anyway, that was a rat hole. And nobody even asked me. Nobody asked me about my electrostatics, but I just said because it was sitting on there. But I've been using that Intruder and playing with it. It's a really well. Let me say this: the Ray Samuels Intruder. I can pull this out. What the hell? I've got it all. You know. There's some great and some compromises with this. The first is tremendous power out of this thing. Tremendous power. Batteries. You can take this on the road with you. It powers up. Look, Mom, no cables. Tremendous. Beautiful feeling. And then it's got some great gain controls. You have 3 levels of gain. And if you can keep it off the high gain, you're golden. And I don't think you need the high gain on this, there, you know, at all. It's got a DAC built into it. I haven't played with the DAC at all. I've been using it and it's got a weird connector to the DAC. So I haven't messed with the DAC at all inside of this, but it's still, you know, it's impressive. And then you can send it single-ended or balanced. Now, here's where it gets kind of, You've got all these different connectors that connect this all together. So if you want to go with a 4-pin headphone out, here's a balanced. You've got to put this connector on here, and now you can plug your 4-pin in, and then there's another adapter that comes off this side, and you wind up with a lot of spaghetti, which is not my favorite thing. I like cleaner solutions generally, but that said, tremendous power out of this thing. Not like, you don't get like the depth of a desktop amp. Like, it doesn't give you that 3-dimensional, like, great space soundstage, but it does give you tremendous power, enough power to drive your Saphire on the road. So if you really wanted to take your $6,000, $5,000 headphones on the road with you, you can, and drive them with this tiny little amp. I think, you know, it's not gonna compete with a B21 or with you know, the Mass Kobo or, you know, any of these really phenomenal, even like some of the better $2,000 amps. It's not gonna compete with them. Sorry, this is a family friend. Okay, I'll answer that later. Ken, we were talking about you. I just saw you just dropped into the chat. I just showed off your dog, and you'll have to back up and see. But these amps are this thing's really impressive. I just don't think it quite does what a desktop does. That doesn't make this any less like, and I'm using it because I don't have any other solid state really quality amps here. So why not? That's what I'm doing. That's what happens, boys, when you got to sell stuff. Neil Snyder says he'll happy to do his stand-up routine on Saturday if you need filler. We may. Bring your best stuff. Ace of Spades. Howdy, gentlemen. Howdy. Kevin Jock, very nice Nephilim. The Diablo is awesome. He just bought a Ferrum or Hypsos stack and an Eversolo DMP A6. People are raving about that A6. It's something that I would love to I'd love to be able to mess with and get in here and try out. And I had the Ferrum Hypsos stack, and I think it's genius. I think it's a great stack, and I really want to hear the Wandla too. Good stuff, really good stuff. Phenomenal, Kevin. You're golden, man. You're golden. Okay, Neil Snyder says watch from jail cell in Boise. Flew in this morning and was arrested in the airport for wearing a Kamala hat. We're not doing politics, boys. We don't need to get into that on the show. I have considered Idaho, though, for like a retirement kind of place, maybe down the road. It's beautiful up there. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Idaho, but I'm like, if you get up in the mountains, it's phenomenal. Just beautiful country. Lots of farmland, fun stuff. There's a little diner off the interstate that I've gone to, and I just fantastic. Like just mom and pop little place. I'll never forget it. I mean, and I still get emails from them every now and then saying, "Hey, we're open. You know, we're closing for snow." Stuff. Tremendously fun. Tremendously fun. Okay, where was I at? Neil Snyder says, watching. Oh, we did that. Kevin Jock says, you can look at my Edition X V2 listing. Oh, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, look at fewer listings. Everybody's selling something. That'll be fun. I'm going to do that in just a few minutes. So I'm just going to go through a few of these chats here, and then we'll jump into it. Ace Spades pulled something back. Nephilim says, thank you, Kevin, and he's happy to hear you got some new rad toys. What a great feeling. I know, it's a good time, guys. It's a good time. The Intruder amp is just amazing. Yeah, this thing packs tremendous power. Tremendous power. It's an impressive thing. And Ray is a good friend now. Ray is phenomenal. Yeah. Nephilim says, nice to hear Ray is a champion. Doesn't know how he pushes 32 volts out of that little thing. It's positively, like, really, really. And Ken heard this. He was from Ken's workshop. Ken heard this. He thought it was really impressive. He's like, that little thing is driving. Yeah, it's driving this far out with this tiny little thing. You know, like I said, you got to kind of do a lot of this stuff to make it all work. But for just a little amp and just having some fun, and you know, if you can go down to a balanced output, do it just by that. Very cool. Very cool. And Ken definitely has a workshop. I know. We were talking about Ken's creation. I showed off your latest update on your amp, Ken, and then we also talked about your dog because I promised you I'd do it last week. Neil sends him photos of this Intruder just now. Yeah, Neil, it just takes me, like, I have to focus and to, you know, do this and move photos over. So I'll hold that. We'll show them off. I can only show them off next week. Intruder's 12 watt per channel, just amazing. Yeah, it's I mean, it's got more power than that huge, massive Woo audio in the backdrop there. It's got more power than that. That's 5 to 8 watts, depending on how it's set up. And this little guy has more than that massive chassis. There are advantages to that. There's, you know, clearly there's advantages to that. But to have this at your disposal just to check out, I'm like, you know, no brainer. No brainer. It's not that expensive. It's like I think it's like $600, $700, something like that. I mean, it's just like, hello. Howdy, gents. What did I miss? Well, you'll have to go back and recap, Hipster Cow. Good to see you coming here today. Cheers. Cheers, brothers. Brothers in audio. Troublemakers, all of you. Michael, does the Intruder compete with the Diablo or no? Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, I'm sure that the Diablo probably has a more robust DAC in it. For power, this thing's going to blow the doors off the Diablo. The Diablo is like 2 watts, I think, or something. This is 12 watts. This is think about that, you know, Nephilim. I mean, think about that. This little guy here is 12 watts with a DAC, with gain settings, with and it does balanced. I mean, it's fully balanced. This is crazy. This is bananas. But it's not as, you know, what you get with the Diablo is it's gorgeous packaging. Gorgeous packaging. The thing's it's the pretty. It's even prettier. I think the Diablo 1 is prettier than the Diablo 2 personally. I love the paint on that. I think the paint's a little chippy. If you're not careful with it, it'll chip. But you know, it's a righteous buy. Of all those things, I still like the HiFi IDSD Signature, the portable one, the long blue one, because it has all of those little impedance settings for your different IEMs. You can IEM match very well on those. Very good. But I for pure power, this is just gonna, you know, run circles around it, because you're talking 36 volts, 12 watts per side. I mean, it's crazy powerful, and very clean. It's quiet. It got a little noisier on the high gain setting, so but you don't need that much gain. This has got so much raw power. You can push everything on medium or low gain pretty much. I haven't tried the Modhouse Tungsten, but you know, it certainly easily handled the Susvara without breaking a sweat. Very good stuff. All right, I'm gonna mark this here. Where we're at? Diablo, no. Okay, so Nephilim, hold that thought, buddy, and still feel good about getting a Diablo. I mean, I think that's a righteous product. And again, that's one of those, you know, be careful with the gain on it, because the gain does get a little, wonky. But let's go back to this is a new segment, guys. Now I'm going to go through some HeadFi, some of the latest HeadFi for sales, okay? And we'll see what's out there and what looks interesting. And comment, you know, if you see something that's interesting. Sorry, I got to adjust this mic and get it more over this way, so I'm on mic. Just to write down in the chat. I mean, this is the first thing that I noticed that just like whoa. Icon, $750 for an Icon. Check this out. This is about a $1,200 headphone, as I recall. ZMF, handcrafted. This is one of the earlier ZMFs. I think this is like 2018, 2017. Still impressive as hell. Love that. Here's staying in the ZMF theme. Look at this atrium. Redwood burl. Holy goodness. Yeah, this is good audio porn, fellas. This is a good audio porn moment. Look at these things. It's got the little red mat behind the screen, the little grill. Very cool. Very cool. What's the price on these? I didn't look. $21.50. Good price. Good price for a custom limited atrium burl. Man, tempting. Although I have mine, so I don't need it. But that's a really good price for a pair of custom. That's from last year. Very good headphone too. 300 ohm headphone. Very easy to drive and very pleasing results. Hollow Cyan. Now I know some folks in the chat have this Hollow Cyan. I know that I've seen that come up. I don't remember who it was. But another impressive box. Yeah, with some upgraded fuses apparently. 1125 euros. Seems reasonable. Let's go down. Let's go to. They're already on page 2. Look at this. We're moving along. Jam Audio Ecstasy open. Nice. $400. Good one. I love these Bursons. I think these Bursons are just fantastic. And this is one of the ones that's got the dual anodized. It's got the red anodization. I'm guessing that this person wants to move up to the next Burson. The fancier one, the new one, the Voyager. That's a great amp. I wonder if it has the power supply with it. Because they make a fancy power supply that's a couple $100 upgrade. Doesn't look like he's got it though. Power supply is distinct. You'll know when you see it. Felix Envy. Now this is a little pricey. I think this is probably a little too pricey. This is $5,200. He's got it listed at. But pretty cool. I mean, it's a great sounding amp for sure, but Very nice. Very nice. Oh, checking something. Nope, I'm good. Oops. Back. Very nice. Audeze LCD-4 2600. That's too expensive. This is a $2,000 headphone now, unfortunately. I wouldn't pay more than $2,000 for these. 2100 at the high end if they're in mint. But for a neutral pair of headphones, very few headphones will give you the neutral experience of that, and they're tremendous resolving. Great headphone. Great headphone, fellas. Wire World Aurora 7, never heard of them. Dunu earbuds, $60. Let's move on. Next. I love doing this, man. This is fun. Somebody looking for an i5 Pro iCam. Why? Sorry. Let's see. What else we got here? Emission Labs 274B, $280. That should be a matched pair if you're going to try and go for that. I don't know. That seems a little expensive to me for a used tube. Because those 274s, the 300B is only like $700 for a pair of those, brand new from them. Ananda Stealth, nice headphone, $315. Whew. That's a deal. That's a deal. Saphire 3.5mm, 3600. I've seen these down to $300 or $3,000 now for a Saphire. I'm like, when the price gets this low, it's so worth it. It's $6,000 headphone, folks. You can get it for almost half price now. T2 DCA Carina. That headphone didn't impress me as much when I heard it at the show. It didn't jump out and grab me and say I need you to bring me home. $24.90 for an SP1000 tube. This is new. This can only be a few weeks old or a few months old at most. It hasn't been out that long. The 3000T. Very good. Let's see what else that. Oh, boys. My Noble Audio Sultans. Oh, fellas. I wish I had the money. I wish I had the money. This is still my favorite IEM. I love these things. Absolutely love these things. It's my favorite IEM I've ever heard. I just love the sacrifices, the compromises that this makes in the sound are in all the right places. It's like it's not hyper detailing you, but it's giving you incredible bass down low. So good. Oh, I love this. I love this. Let's see a few more. We'll do a few more. SR, oh, 009. Look at this. You can get into this was a couple years ago. This thing was the top of the top in the electrostatic space. $2,100. $2,100. Look at that. What a deal. Visioneers, nice Visioneers there. Astell&Kern PA10. Let's see. Oh man, that Stax. That would be really tempting. If I didn't own any Stax, that's a great on ramp right there. Not the bassiest headphone you'll ever hear, but man, for detail, there's only a couple headphones in the world that give you more resolving power. This is a pretty good price on an LCD-X. You got to EQ the crap out of these, but they're good when you get them EQ'd right. The the Audeze X. LCD-X, Carbon 3300. The bottom has dropped out of the market. This is way overpriced for this. I mean, it's sad to say, but you can buy these for $2,400, $2,200 now. That's why I've hung on to them. I've just, this is going to be, he's firm. He says he's firm. They're new in the box, but they're going to be there a while. Nobody is trading on those. Since the X9000 came out, it's just not drawing interest. Let's see, any more? LCD-3 pre-phaser, $1,000. Yeah, it's $2,000 headphone. Yeah, good, nice half off. There's nothing wrong with that. $600 for ZMF homage amp. Oh, guys, why do I have no money right now? It's like $1,200-$1,300 new. Ah, what a deal. This is overpriced now. You can buy these new. This HE-1000 Stealth. Buy these new for $200 more to get a brand new model. It's not worth it, in my opinion. In my opinion, fellas. It's all about opinions. That's what we're doing here. Just having some fun. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. What'd you guys think? Did you enjoy that little trip down the what's for sale on HeadFi? I thought it was kind of fun. Get to look at some new stuff, or get to look at some stuff, get your ideas going in your head. What do I want to buy? What do you know? Some pretty good deals on there. Very nice. Very nice. Sorry, I got to get this microphone in the right spot. Ugh. Manhandled. Pretty good. Let's pick up the chat, and then we'll get through the rest of these, and then we'll send you guys on your way for the rest of the week. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. Did you guys like that? Write something in the chat if we could do a poll. All right, how can I do this real quick? Plus, start a poll. There we go. little chat fun. Chime in. Let me know what you thought of that segment. Okay, fellas. I enjoyed that. I love looking at stuff for sale. But I'm one of these guys that will sit there and go. I'll go through I'll go to Audio 46 and I'll just scroll through all of the different manufacturers and all the different. All the different things, and I love doing that, going for sales. I do that and scroll and talk about, think about, oh, this is what's good, this is not so good, this is maybe a deal, that's a good deal for someone, and I bring it up on here usually when we're on the air. Anyway, I enjoyed that. Hope you did. If not, well, we can adjust. We can adjust. Okay, I got to find where I was at in the chat. And I think I was at. Ken says he wants the A8 for the i2's output. Oh, that's the Ever Solo. Yeah, that's phenomenal. Yeah, everybody's raving about that. That's another one. That's another one, fellas. Jack Harmoning. Cheers, Jack. We always raise a glass to folks who are new around here. Jack, I don't recall seeing your name before, so we're going to raise a glass to you across the world. How about that? Sending out some good vibes. Love doing that. He took his HD-800 FiO BTR7 to the Lake Condo and had a blast with that combo. Yeah, it's fun getting those things on the road. It's a big setup to take on the road with you, man. It's going to take up some luggage room. Ken was blown away by the Intruder. Yeah, Ray just is... He's making good stuff, fellas. Making good stuff. Got to appreciate Ray. Neil Snyder says, FYI, Double Helix has RSA connectors and can make dedicated cables for the Intruder. Well, that would be great if they could clean it up and make it less, angular. And these are really hard and stiff, and these are less flexible. God, let's end the show right now. Good night, everybody. if they can put out a higher quality cable that, you know, like still accomplishes what Ray's doing, but in a more elegant way, maybe that would not be the worst thing. That's, you know, I mean, this is incredible though. And it's got a nice volume pot on it. I mean, it feels good. It's well done. Well done. It's quote of the day. I'm just walking right by that one, fellas. But that's good to know. I'm actually going to take a note of that, Neil. Not that I can go blowing money on cables right now, but is that what we saw? Is that what was in your picture? I will show the picture off later. Double helix intruder cables. Very good. Very good. Ace of Spades says USAM Donald North Audio Stellaris headphone amplifier DNA with premium tube package. Oh, that was on HeadFi. Fun listing. Oh, we'll look at that. We'll save that one though. We'll save that one. I don't want to do more of this until we get. Although we got nice poll results. Only 22% said, "Oh my God, that sucked," which is way less than normally say this show sucks. Normally we're like 78% the show sucks. So I think we've made progress here today, fellas. I don't blame anybody for saying the show sucks. Okay. Neil Snyder says he has a Diablo 2. Intruder blows it away. However, he doesn't use the DAC. He has it connected to his DAC. Yeah, I haven't used the DAC on it either, and I'd have to search around and see if I could find a plug for this. This is actually the USB that they have into this. I don't think this is even USB 1. I think this is a different connector. I haven't tried it, but I'm assuming that the DAC is sketch. And I would think that the DAC on the Diablo 1 would be much better. But there you go. Arthur Haywood says, couldn't resist ordering the iFi Go Pods. Westone Mach 60 combo off Drop a couple weeks ago. Drop had the Noble Audio Mystique for like $315. I'm like, guys, that is the best sounding true wireless IEM I've ever heard. I walk with those. I do my workouts with those. They're my go-to for listening. They're fantastic. The Noble Mystiques, they're in the bag. I'm not going to drink them out, but they're three, and they went on sale on. I'm like, buy those. Those are things. If you see those on sale, pick them up. But you will not be sorry. They're fantastic. Noble Mystique. I love those true wirelesses. They're the best I've heard. They're better than the Sonys. They're better than anything I've heard. Really good. Hipster Cow says, saw Ace of Spades, never heard that amp. Saw that Ace of Spades, never heard that amp before. Worth the price tag? See, I like this. We get the discussion going. That's why we should do more of that. Get you guys talking in the chat. What do you like? What do you not like? What do you think of it? You know, is that a good deal? It's all great. Ken has the Cyan 2. He likes it. Very good. And Ken's got good ear, so I trust Ken. The T2 is a nice energizer. Yep. I haven't spent any time with it. I can't comment myself, but I've heard other people talking about it. Neil says, thinking of ordering the Playback Designs MPD8 DAC. Anybody heard of it? No, I have not, Neil. PDAM, I'll look it up real quick. Let's take a look at it. If I can. Boy, my laptop. Give me trouble. Okay, here we go. It's what am I looking up? And I'll show it to you in a second, fellas. Just hang on. I just got to write it in here. Playback Designs MPD8. Let's see. Is it fancy? It's loading. I'll let you see what I'm seeing. Playback Designs. Products. Edelweiss. Where is it? It's got a lot of, there's a lot of wine references in this stuff. Count me in on that. Is this the MPD? MPD-6. I don't see any more of these though. There must be a new product that just came out, huh? Oh, what's up here? MPD-8. PCM 11. Oh, this does all the things. The Dream DAC. Learn more. Let's learn more, fellas. I mean, without digging into, you know, and start reading this stuff and go through it, it looks pretty impressive to me. My question is, shopping. Oh, it's only $11,000. No problem. No problem. I'll just get. You can just take it out in my hair follicles. Well, you know, I paid that much for the DCS. That did have the streamer built into it, but that doesn't help any. Very cool though. Ooh, that's expensive. I have not heard it, and you know, if you go to a high-end audio show, you probably hear it. Very cool. Oh, Mom's texting me. I got to wrap up. Chance D says, "Hello, Garagers. He needs some help. He's been banned from HeadFi for spamming." You know, I almost got banned once. Because I was doing reviews in the early days of the show, and I'll tell you the story. I have no shame. I was doing reviews in the early days of the show, and then I would find the thread for that product, and I would post a link to it. And HeadFi warned me they were going to ban me if I didn't stop doing that. And I'm like, okay, can I just put it on my personal page? And I was just uploading then to my personal page my videos just to get them out there. You know, I'm trying to grow the show. And they said, no, can't even do that. And so I just kind of like divorced HeadFi for a while. I mean, I still go there because my point is this. If I'm going to review something, what's the difference if I type it, which I do to my scripts, and then I just read them on the air and give people a multimedia experience? What's the difference if I do a review in written form or on YouTube? And I think it was the promotion. They didn't like that I was trying to promote my own show, but I'm like, well, so I'm just supposed to like give you free content for nothing? I don't know. So it was like I just went, look, I just won't even post here, and I'm not going to review anything, because I was doing reviews for a while. That's how I got a free upgrade to the HE-1000 V2. Was HiFiman saw my review and liked it, and liked the way I did I write. So they said, you know, we'll give you a new one if you do the review of that, and we'll give you an even trade on your HE-1000 V1. Which was a fair deal, and I gave him a good review, and I told him exactly what I thought, which was generally positive. But I was like, you know, I'm like, if I can't, you know, why can't I do a video review? What's the difference? And they just didn't like that I was linking through to YouTube. Whatever. And I wasn't even monetized yet. That was before I was even monetized. I just stopped doing it. Okay. Sorry, Chance. If I hear from them, you can usually write back. I did have a conversation with the guys, like a back and forth thing, and they just said, this is what it is, this is our policy, love it or leave it. And I'm like, well, I don't love it, and so I'm just going to leave posting here. I'll still come over here and buy stuff. It's just, you know, and then I was like going through threads, and I'm like, there are guys posting videos left and right, and I'm like, what's the difference if I did it? It was just like they were singling me out or something. I don't know, but it's all good. I have nothing but love for anybody. I'm like, you know, you can make your move, but I'm not gonna play along if that's what you're gonna do. Ace Spade says, hipster, the Stellaris pairs well with the Utopia and the ZMF. Very liquid sound. It's a chef's kiss for his taste, but big money. Very good. I like that. I like that writing there, Ace of Spades. That was cool. Mr. Dronic says he thought it was great seeing what other people think about gear. Yeah, I do that all the time, and I'm like, sometimes I'll send off a thing, go, what do you think of this? It's a good deal? What do you think? It's somebody right back, that's stupid. What are you thinking? Neil says no connector. He meant headphone cables with RSA connectors, no adapters. Oh, okay. Well, either way, you know, it's anything that can, you know, make it a little more easier to use would be great, as far as the intruder and connectivity, because the stock things are a little on the, you know, it gets really busy when you have things like this hanging out of both sides of the amp. You know, it's a bit cumbersome. But for what you get, no brainer. Chancey, music recommendations: Blues for Tony by Alan Holdsworth, Then Play. Jazz Side of the Moon. I've heard this. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. The Jazz Side of the Moon. Hang on. I'm just going to copy it into my show notes so I know to look it up later. Ace of Spades. Curtis Mayfield. I just love Curtis Mayfield, man. So good. Director US AM US Audio Mart. Oh, not HeadFi. Okay. I've sold something on there once or twice. MPDA is 26,000. Nah. Let's set 11,000 over here. Oh, it's used. Oh, there's the CD player. Neil, you're trying to give yourself a heart attack? Stop with the $26,000 stuff, man. And I salute you. Jarek says he's been featured twice on Viewer Systems and Saturday morning meetups for Patreon, and been in multiple chats and live show. Michael doesn't know me. I'm sorry, Jarek. The problem is this. Do you have a different handle over there? Because you're not coming up. You're not, because the chat here, everybody has different handles than what they show up with on Patreon. Anyway, we'll talk about it on Saturday. Point me out. Point out my mistake. Sorry, Jarek. I'll drink to you anyway, man. I like anybody who stops by is welcome here. Jarek is excommunicated. You're not excommunicated, man. Everybody's welcome in this house. Everybody's welcome here. Even my naysayers. Although they haven't, the trolls disappeared for a while. Maybe it's because I'm not getting great numbers now, because I'm not posting enough. Oh, well. It's all good. Hey, that's great. Next chill setup he wants is an Aun. Oh, those are great. Pro Bluetooth X Duo XD05 Pro. That's cool. That's nice, Jarek. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. And our head file, I'm going to close the poll now, but that was cool. Guys, for once a useful poll, that wasn't. Although I like the titles on that poll. It's fun. Okay, guys, I'm going to go answer my mom because she's texting me something, and, you know, you got to pay attention to mom, guys. You got to pay attention to mom. I really enjoyed today. I'm glad we got a chance to jump through some stuff on the forums and see what was for sale. Totally enjoyed that. Get the outro going. Oh, Purple Dolo, I'm sorry, buddy. You just got here. Super review, gave a bad review to the Tungsten single and double-sided. Said it was muffled sounding. Boy, I hadn't heard that. The problem is he tested... Oh, super review. That's a channel or something? I don't know. Problem, he tested JDS Labs and iFi Diablo. Sell myself on classifieds. I may be doing that, Nephilim. I may be selling my body before this is over. Good night, everybody. And you know, super reviews. I don't know. I think the tungsten is phenomenal, and I like both versions of it for different reasons. All right, guys. New episode coming very shortly, hopefully tomorrow morning, but I'm going to have to bust my ass tonight to get it done. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll try. And then, or Friday. It'll be whatever. And then Hangover Hangout Saturday. Hangover Hangout Saturday, folks. Cheers.
Set the headphones down. Time. 'Cause it's headphone king. 'Cause it's time for happy hour, people.